Okay, it's yellow and red and dropping most of its frames. What if we pop this out and have less frames? Oh, that ain't a great look. How does it sound? It looks like it's dropping half frames. Well, I can change this guy. Yeah. So I can fix that, and that's like slightly less. Making noise. I'm making noise. I'm going to quietly discuss the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And a little cat's meow. Sounds fine and looks good. Okay. Well, that is good. My end is telling me that things are crazy bad, but I'm willing to accept that that's not true. Bonus points if you can hear the screechy little cat. I love her so much. We are soulmates. Oh. Well, indeed. Now I hope that you've got some hot chocolate ready. Oh my god, I'm not wearing any Christmas flair. The hell is wrong with me? Oh, she's lovely. Hold on. This can't be Saturday Cyberpunk in December if I'm not wearing excellent flair. May I pass you by? Chris has provided the traditional sound chest of our people. Let me turn this volume down. How's the balance of sound levels? Oh god, this soundtrack is so good. You might notice that I have like a neon freaking bulb sticking out of my head, so I got multiple colors. I'm gonna compare some others to see. Okay, that's pretty good. Jingle jangle. Oh. Okay, this is a bright red. It's yellow in real life. This is a black.
Neo San Francisco,
it's interesting to have it.
2064
Well,
AD.
I'm gonna start with that. It's a little bit less
Thrives
jarring.
on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic
But this is more festive, in
allow
contrast with the rest of my
repair and enhancement
presentation.
of almost any part of a human body.
What the heck?
Millions
That
of
was
people
bright green a
tap
second
into
ago.
virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology.
How does this sound? Awesome?
Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets.
Let's do this thing. Oh, I'm so glad that things sound good. It really did not seem promising. The colors, Duke, the colors. If she doesn't get that joke, she's too young for you, bro. A lot of people don't get that joke, and I'm like real upset about it. I think it's one of the most important jokes. where were we when we left off? As I recall, things were awful. Oh, yeah, I do remember now. Okay, we had a lead from Dr. Fairlight, who is well connected, and from Tomcat, but otherwise we don't know how to move forward in our search regarding Hayden's disappearance. And also, Turing is learning to deal with grief, and it's very new to it. I'm so grateful for you and Michelle, always, but especially now. So I put up a Twitter poll and explained how nobody thought that there was a market for My Neighbor Totoro. So when it was originally released, it was released with the historical Grave of the Fireflies, which I have on a playlist of movies that also includes AI with Haley Joel Osment, and it's called Movies to Kill Yourself too. So people for whom Grave of the Fireflies played first left the theater because they were full of nihilism, ennui, and despair. They felt ruined. Whereas people who watched the more jovial My Neighbor Totoro were happy and ready to watch the world's most miserable movie. So I presented this information to do a Twitter poll about whether or not you guys wanted to start on a high note tonight and end on a grim note, or start on a grim note and end on a high note. I received 2 votes, leaving the answer at a 50-50 split. I have to assume that the first voter was Chris Gomez, who wants to end on a grim note, but since you and Michelle are here now, well, I post up that this stream is happening. Hi, Chris. Yeah. Go ahead and chat about which choice. Oh, whatever. I mean, it was 50-50, so the people who are in the chat get to vote. Because the Puck is Here Continuum? Oh, streaming is Puck is Here. Let's Plays Our Pucks was here. Unlike some countries or republics, the Puck is Here Continuum is a place of teamwork and democracy at times when democracy is offered. Sometimes I'll make the choice, but I'll be forward about it. If I tell you that it's your choice, it really is democratic. Squabble in the comments while or don't squabble, or like totally unifyingly agree. There's 2 of you. Okay. So, we're gonna do 2 quests. One of them is gonna end horrifying, and one of them is gonna end, like, fine and kind of hopeful. What tone do you want to end the night on? Hopeful? Or, like... I think you went on Facebook and the internet died. Which is not your fault, it's the internet's fault. I think ending hopeful is good too. That's my general preference. Cool, I made the tweet. I think I'm gonna stop putting these things on Facebook because people already know and don't care, or know and care, and I think that's where we are. Okay, so we're gonna end hopeful, which means, I guess, mild spoiler alert. Exploit. The first quest we're going to go on right now is gonna get pretty messed up. But I mean, this is like neo-noir in a dark future, so. Oh, you know what? Wait, hold on. I'm getting way ahead of us. Before we go out, we got choices to make. Also, let me know if any of you want to pop into the bar for a drink. We're still working on that drink list. Oh, I just talked to the door. Spoilter's ready.
Ready to head out?
I am ready, Turing. Let's do it. Sploiter. COS.io Corp or Flower Mansion. Yeah, we're going to go to COS.io Corp to visit our lead.
Here we are.
And again, if any of you feel like you need a drink or you want to request a drink, the drinks of unchosen drinks that I forgot to update in the last stream and I've since forgotten are a thing. You can choose one and we'll go to the bar and we'll drink it and we'll cross it off with your name and the explanation for why you want to try that drink. Let's try one more interesting thing. I don't know if we can try this, and we sure have a lot going on already. Spoiler.
The COS.io Corporation office building. It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io.
Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
Good to know.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
Copy. How so?
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap.
That makes sense.
Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues.
It is often, sometimes my phone or my tablet are part of the stream, but not for Saturday Cyberpunk as they are now. So right now my phone is not part of anything. Oh, computer. Launch. If this thing that I'm trying to do works, you guys are going to be like, wow, this is so cool. And if it doesn't work, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, there's only winners. Okay, so we know about the Augmented Eye news. Oh no, I know about the Augmented Eye news. Hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues. So, Augmented Eye is kind of team left. Okay. Oh, no, it looks like I'm freezing all my things. Yes, absolutely send me that message and I will play it on stream. This little neon green doodad affixed to my face picks up a surprising amount of information. Oh, no. Okay, I'm blowing up everything. Oh, God. Okay.
None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups.
Okay, so that's why there wouldn't be subterfuge within the coalition.
They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Turing is so supportive because Turing just wants to brag about facts, so when I don't know really fundamental things about my city and the function of my city that I really should as a reporter of news, Turing is not condescending. Turing is just excited to tell me what's up. Can you tell me more about these coalitions? Oh, computer. How, on a scale of 1 to Titanic, how frozen am I? Oh dear, oh dear. Wait, are you leaving multiple voicemails? Okay. Well, at least something is happening. Turing is the best. My computer is not having it. I wanted to move my mouse arrow over the chat screen because that seems to be the only place where you guys can see things. Yeah, there it is. Oh, you can't see it. I turned it off. I would like to know more. I want so many things. Oh God. Oh God, oh God. There's a lot happening. Seven things sounds right. Yes. Can you tell about...
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt.
That does not surprise me. Does that surprise either of you? All of us Californians?
A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services.
Remember that thing I keep saying about how this game came out in 2015, so it's not satirizing anything based on now? Yeah, I don't know, I just like to bring that up sometimes.
They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke.
Just the thing that I was just bringing up. Like, this was 2 years ago. This wasn't like a biting social commentary of November 2017.
No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation.
Once Turing finishes telling us about the coalitions and what the hell happened to California, I will play the voicemail.
This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it.
So this is how the world got owned by corpses, because things got so bad on the home front. Also, Chris, that's the cutest reason anyone has ever had to BRB.
They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations. Some places, like Los Angeles, just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
Is it F11 that takes screenshots, or F12, or F10? There we go. I'm listening.
The cities in the Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions. They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition.
Up until the part about fear of PR disasters and being kicked out of the coalition, I was thinking of this as an extremely optimistic and idealistic future, but maybe things are just optimistic. Maybe ultimately the idea of PR disasters and profit will flip around and save us all.
It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt.
Whatever works. $5 is $5, am I right?
But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city.
I guess it's working.
That can't be said for some areas of the state.
Yeah. I don't even think that can be said now for most areas of the state. I didn't realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in? This is another great question.
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you an educated answer. If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure.
Sounds correct to me.
People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up Neo-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly.
Can you imagine, though, a government holding up any part of California as success? At this time? I mean, I think we're doing great. But I don't think we're very popular throughout the country.
Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it.
Nah.
Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
Turing, you're so cute. Fair enough, thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
Turing is so proud to help. That's why Turing is always so butthurt when the bartender knows what's in the drink, because Turing wants to be the one who knows what's in the drink, and it does. The 2061 model is more popular among car experts, though.
It has an extra cup holder.
That is what I want in a car. A 2062 ZIS CR4 coupe, perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune of credits on a car. Let's listen to it with those damned headphones. Come to our Neo San Francisco Z-Stealer. If Wazaki Pete can't save you credits on your next ride, then you'll get a free ticket to an upcoming Neo SF 49ers game. I mean, we can't afford a car, but for sure, let's go. What's up with this plant?
Bulbitis riparia, one of the more popular display ferns in recent times. Expensive, given the cost of caring for it. The species is native to threatened tropical forests, but it became a popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservationist.
The fern almost overflows from its wall-mounted holder, making it look like a featureless plastic head with green anime hair. Yeah, I see that. What's this plant? The plant sits safely in its isolated ecosystem. KCOB welcome sign. The COS.io Corporation office building employs a pretty fancy interactive screen out front. If they can keep it outdoors, the electrical work in it must be on another level. I believe that. Same plant? Despite the Neo-SF chill, the fern seems to be healthy. What's up there? Some amazing trees, perhaps? These trees are genuine, real roof trees. They became all the rage back in the 40s. Roof trees is some of my favorite imagery and iconography in dystopic worlds, to the point where I can't even tell you if what I'm thinking about is to Android's Dream of Electric Sheep or a game, like point-and-click game I can't remember the name of, Techno Babylon. I freaking love roof trees. Many companies sponsor roof trees. They used to sponsor animals, but after the Vork's raccoon blackout of 2060, they stopped that practice. I think this has to be a Do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep reference.
The Meshnet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirms she's expecting us.
Wonderful. Oh, so since we've probably forgotten, the thing that Tomcat told us about is that there have just been little changes on articles coming out from certain places in the Meshnet, including the Augmented Eye. So it'll be essentially the same article, but maybe the tone will be more intense, so it'll seem like more insightful politically. But just little changes in wording.
All we have to do now is head up and talk to her.
So we're going to talk to Zin and try to figure out what's up with that.
Shenanigans this time.
Oh, I can't tell if Turing is disappointed about shenanigans or ashamed of shenanigans. Perhaps both. The raccoon incident. Look at this precious baby. IK-47 Executive Series ROM designed for office and high-level account maintenance. Can I talk to it? Can I hold it?
The IK-47 aren't known for being verbose. Better leave it.
Okay, then can I pet it? Better leave it. Looks to be in the middle of high-value calculation work. Bummer. Can I listen to it do math? No. What's in this photograph? A picture of a toupee is an odd thing to frame. Oh wait, that's an animal of some kind. Okay, so now we know that Zin owns Peruvian guinea pigs. That's cute. Motivational poster. You didn't know people still hung up motivational posters unironically. We don't know Zin's life. It could be ironic. Thin poster, one of those bland office paintings. It just looks like color splotches on an off-white background. Maybe not ironic.
Not my style, but I like the warm tones.
Oh, Turing. stash of video games. Sweet, an unopened duck game.
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
Only the power of media, marketing, and branding, my dear sweet Robo. Aw yeah, Super Family Link. This plays all the old hits like Yankees Peninsula, Water Rash, and Super Slug 3, Revenge of the Super Slug. The monitor has a live updating weather forecast in the bottom corner of the screen. Ooh, can we listen to it? No. Can we listen to art? Yeah! There's no sound, but you swear you can hear the dull monotone from an art museum's audio track. Window. Zin's window. You can see the Bay Bridge from here. Can we listen to the window? No. Hi, plant. The professional care these plants receive puts your well-intentioned yet misguided overwatering to shame. Can I pet it? You reach out and scoot the plant an inch or two to the left. Oh, I got an achievement for symmetry! For reorganizing the plant! Who knew? There, perfectly symmetrical now. What harmony! I'm so moved! Can we use the Super Family Link? It's not plugged into the monitor and your imagination is only so powerful. Can we listen to the Super Family Link?
The smart headphones technology is far too new. The physical audio jack this console requires is only sold separately for 49.9 credits.
Bummer. Swanky looking desk that curves out at the edge. Look, this is our chance to get into big corp high money America. Okay, I want to get my eyeballs worth. Zin must really love her desk plant. It's been meticulously trimmed and treated. There's Zin herself. A sharp-dressed woman stares you down. Don't look away! Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hi!
Welcome to Augmented Eye.
I'm Puck, and this is my bud Turing, who totally is not sapient, just a regular ROM. What's up?
You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up.
Yes! Tomcat is a network admin?
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
I would love a Hassie. A Hassie hot would hit the spot.
Ah, good choice. My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this.
Hey, do I look like I have any power?
Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options.
Things must be rough.
Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory.
Fireside present wrapping battle station? That's incredible! You're the best! You're the best at being festive!
If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound.
Strategic, Zin.
If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies.
High hopes?
Even if I do end up being right.
Worried about what? What's your hunch?
So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media.
Fair?
At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield.
I like Zin. She's shrewd.
Now, what do you know about our problem?
Someone is tampering with your articles on the mesh?
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed.
That's super weird.
I'm hoping that you could do some digging. Maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
I'll do my best.
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help.
Glad to know that the standards for me are set low, because this seems like a pretty big case. What kind of changes are being made?
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution.
Interesting.
That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires.
I wonder if we read that article.
My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the human revolution if I don't have to.
Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job?
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else.
Could be a proxy.
They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand.
Sounds like Tomcat. I'm gonna take my sweater off right quick. It is cozy.
I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Do you have any idea where I should start looking?
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net.
Given Parallax's power and security even with Tomcat's help, that seems like a pretty big undertaking.
Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they'd need to.
I really don't think they would need to. They have the power.
I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
I'll do my best, Zin. Okay, that's a start.
I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have.
We've been running on the zero,
Anything else I can tell you? Off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
I strongly suspect that she means that, literally. Do you know if anybody else has articles being manipulated?
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions.
What is it? Sounds juicy.
So, if you didn't hear this from me, you might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why you're being targeted? Probably just your
Like what?
popularity.
There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones left.
That's sweet.
Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it.
How wonderful.
They invested in the right places, and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model.
Because of controversy?
All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
Scruff McGruff! What's the real reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker.
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that.
Sorry, Zin.
And look, you've covered culture wars, right?
My whole life is one big culture war.
My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports.
Oh, in the future when that's news.
This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities.
I have alright contacts.
The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people.
Tomcat, having a day job's still a trip.
Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
I'm so sorry, Zin. That's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you.
Sorry, Zin.
Plausible deniability and all that.
Sorry, Zin.
I won't ask you to lie in anything you write. But do remember, you got in contact with me not even secondhand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on it one. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly.
Okay.
Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out.
Glad to have had a moment of your time, Zin. We'll do our best.
Good luck, and goodbye.
Best of luck with all those fires you're putting out.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help.
Yeah, she really vacillated regarding her mood about us. That was a little weird.
She never brought you that Hassie either.
She did not bring me my Hassie. Don't talk to me or my plant ever again.
Is it always like this?
Not necessarily. She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive. Without lies, there wouldn't be much to write about. She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. She was a calculated woman, and she gave away more than she should have, but within limits. Oh, I love this cat so much.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax.
Oh, absolutely. That would definitely help us connect things.
If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all.
I fully agree.
That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up.
Oh, you sweet little traumatized robot.
We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
Okay, that's fair. Objectivity.
Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
What? Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, oh?
What the... That's Sin!
It sure is. What the hell? That is one way to get plausible deniability, but what the hell happened?
She was defenestrated.
Oh, Turing could use a vocab.
Emergency services are already on the way, and we are severely ill-equipped to help her.
I'm CPR certified.
We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here.
Yes, we should, but this is very stressful.
Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
Justice dispenser. Can we try to help? No, it's not even, like, selectable. Boop.
It looks like the desk has been cleared off.
Is the plant okay?
Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon.
This plant seems to have survived the devastation. Thank God. I don't know how to do that, like, cross-Christ thing, but I'm glad that the plant is okay.
Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this.
Turing is so judgy about that ROM. The flawless foliage hath fallen. What about this plant? Probably helped that it's fake.
Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Give me a moment to look through her files.
Thank you.
Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard.
It is good to have a little ROM running lips on the mesh.
Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go.
What you got?
According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe.
That sounds right.
The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog post by their head anchor, Charlie Nova, stood out like a sore thumb.
Charlie Nova's that famous guy we watched a video ad of on our own home computer on the news. We should actually check the augmented eye after we finish up here.
Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life.
Seems like a pedestrian famous guy.
But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been. Zinn seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the augmented eye journalist.
So there's a
This
point here.
Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
We, you and me, are going to talk to the Charlie Nova? And here you are, peeking at the video games after you've been told repeatedly to get what you need and hurry out of this place. That sounds just like
We
me.
can't leave without finding a clue. Let's continue looking around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zinn jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help.
What the hell is this?
But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor or any other thermal hotspots.
You're saying no one else was in here?
It doesn't look like it. We should go.
That sounds wise.
There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
Yeah, I don't want Lexi mad at us.
Son
Damn
of a-
it. Speak of the... Hi, how are you? So good to see you.
I should have figured the two of you would be here.
Your hair looks bulbous.
You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
Thanks for caring for me. This is a total misunderstanding.
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Thank you for backing me
We
up,
had an
Turing.
appointment with Zinn to discuss a possible lead, and found her office in this state of disrepair.
We have really taught our robot to lie too well.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up.
Thank you, Lexi.
We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Okay, Lexi.
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
My anonymous future wife is finishing up Danganronpa 3, and she's having a strong reaction. I don't know if this microphone picks up that far. I think it does, but just in case, she looked up horrified and said, "This is bonkers." We are not going to distract Lexi by emotionally manipulating her. No, do not always teach the robot to lie. Not unless you really, really trust the robot.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
Okay, bye, Lexi. So good to see you as always. I didn't think she would buy it. She wouldn't have from me.
It doesn't matter anyway. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zinn gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive.
Sounds like we should GTFO.
Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zinn out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out?
I guess I hadn't really thought about that.
We have little time for fooling about, and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too.
So, I shouldn't go home and check the
I have highlighted
newspaper?
the main Neo-SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map.
Good, thank you.
Let's go.
But I really do want to go home and... Oh, I can't look at the augmented eye on my computer because our computer is broken. Well, that solves that problem. To TMI Entertainment we go.
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
The receptionist is adorable. Do you know anything about TMI Entertainment? What do you know about Charlie Nova? Yeah.
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes?
Dang, Turing!
I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you could just go look it up on your own.
You're going through some stuff, Turing. I'm sorry, Turing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit on edge. Things are barreling out of our control, and I'm taking it out on you.
Well, you're acting like a real person.
Forgive
We're
me.
awful.
Let me pull up the information you requested.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't have to.
Charlie Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it. The chatter on the mesh paints him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that a media star can get away with.
We know that Turing is hurting and not doing well because it didn't like telling us stuff. That's how you can tell.
He's best known for hosting Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs.
It's a good name for
Apparently,
one.
when TMI can't organically discover enough celebrities, they just manufacture them.
An American tradition.
Oh, and also, according to this blog, Charlie's hair is flawless.
I'm willing to believe it, and that sounds like an important fact. What can you tell me about TMI Entertainment?
TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, pioneered by their digital newspaper, OK Today's The Scanline. Some might call their programs rags, but opinion on the mesh seems more favorable than not.
That's cool. Given their subject matter, they must be pretty good.
They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to.
That's so good.
As such, they have a positive relationship with many celebrities and regularly get exclusive scoops that keep their ratings up, despite their refusal to peddle in the darker side of the celebrity news circuit.
Got it. Oh, well, look at her. She's so cute. A hybrid receptionist bobs on her heels. She's either had a long day standing or is just fidgety. A short, scruffy plant sits squarely to the side of the desk. The plant in the corner is supported by a few stakes that are stuck in the middle of the planter. Can we just go in?
Excuse me? What are you doing?
Oh, we want to go see your most famous guy without telling you anything about who we are or demonstrating any credentials.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
No! I have a story we're about to break and wanted to offer TMI an opportunity to comment. Go exploitative.
Oh, I guess I should send you to sympathy then?
Conceptual or person?
Oh, she'd be pretty mad if someone ran something without her getting a chance to comment.
That's exactly right, sweetheart.
Go ahead and talk to her. She's
I call
on the
her
other
sweetheart
side.
because she seems sweet and dear.
Don't bother the talent, though. She hates that.
Okay, don't bother the talent, which means Charlie Nova. So not any of these. Look at this cute news ROM. An 80NL news ROM putters speedily across the production room, frantically looking for the next big scoop. That's not where scoops are made. Don't talk to Charlie Nova. Stern-looking producer. That's probably Sympathy. The production manager for TMI.
Thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes.
No, she moves them around a lot, so she would just perk them back up.
At least she makes a decent cup of coffee.
Sympathy is cool looking. Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak to you.
Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building?
Great question.
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about.
Yep, that's exactly the thing that is happening.
Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself.
Okay, but we're journos.
What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The cliques basically farm themselves.
What do you mean? A screen who's projecting next to whose eye? Are you talking about an augmented eye, Chris? I'm gonna say that to Zin. I know that we weren't supposed to bring her name into it, but after what happened, we have to kind of demonstrate the urgency of the fact that this isn't just damage control regarding PR. This is like, people are dying real mysteriously, danger.
Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin?
Yes.
What does Zin have to do with this?
She was defenestrated.
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Quick thinking, Turing. Shoot for Sympathy's priorities.
Holy shit.
Oh. Sympathy uses she/her pronouns, and I don't know.
Fine. I'll let you talk to Charlie.
Thank you so much.
If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible.
That's a good producer.
I mean, shit. We're in entertainment, Zane. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown.
To me, that's one of the sweetest and most memorable, affectionate lines in this game. It says so much about their dynamic and about who Sympathy is as a person, even though normally she's so gruff.
Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own.
We'll do our best.
Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Thank you so much. Okay, we will. Hi. Wow, it's Charlie Nova. He's practically glowing and has people waiting on him hand and foot. Definitely the talent Charlie Nova.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM.
Me too.
Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand.
You were doing stuff. You're wrapping presents.
Very sleek, very clean. Bravo.
Where's your ROM that's better than Turing? If you want to fight, you gotta bring the goods.
Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up.
I love their relationship so much, it does stuff to my heart.
Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose?
Yes, things are serious and fast.
Wait! I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere.
The Charlie Nova, introducing himself to us. What a sweet, down-to-earth guy, except down to the stars more than down to earth, I'd say.
But you already knew that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. But thank you so much anyway. It was really nice. It made me feel really valuable.
What can I do for you,
Why don't you tell me a little about yourself? I think that's his comfort zone.
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do.
That's exactly my intention.
I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story. Have you?
Well, I wouldn't waste an opportunity.
After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova.
Did your ROM write it?
But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history.
That's right, you're still super young, Charlie.
Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the Mesh, and I couldn't be happier.
You really do have fantastic hair.
It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
What can you tell me about TMI?
Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that.
An original autobiography, Eric. Definitely not about or by anyone else or rehashing anybody else's stories.
We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match.
Charlie really believes this too. Like, it's not just brand shilling. Maybe bringing it out like that is a little bit, but you can definitely tell that his heart is in it.
But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy.
She does seem awesome.
It's her pride and joy, after all.
Oh.
Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know?
Are you guys as moved by this as I am? Because it does so things to me. It's so sweet.
Deep down.
Like, can't you just imagine them trying to work together and frustrating the hell out of each other, but also, like, they really love each other? And they understand each other, how they work?
I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
So, let's move on.
Okay.
What next?
Have you heard that your stories are getting altered once they get posted to the Mesh?
It may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it.
Okay, we are going to have to tread carefully if we don't want to drag Sympathy's ire.
They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
Look, Charles, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
It's Charlie.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Charlie.
And honestly, I'd absolutely love to help you out. Really, I just don't have the information you're looking for.
It's a bit worrying that you don't know more. Oh, do we really want to try to be slimy? Chuck, I'm sure you're better informed than that, right? You're at the top of this heap, yeah?
It's Charlie.
We're negging him.
Of course, I'm the leading man around here. Who has said otherwise?
I do not like negging him, but it is working.
I'm not quite certain what you think it is that I don't know, but I assure you that I know what it is.
Excellent, please tell me.
You won't be able to trip me up that easily.
Chip. We're just worried for your safety.
I appreciate that, I really do. But I trust Sympathy, and I'd stake my life on her getting this all taken care of post-haste.
It's so sweet.
She's never let me down before, if you don't count forgetting my birthday, and I don't think she will now.
Who doesn't know Charlie Nova's birthday?
You've just gotta have faith in people sometimes, right?
I should edit this to get the Slimepunk graphic in. Thank you for the idea.
That's pretty inspirational in and of itself.
Oh, Charlie, you're always on all the time. Bury your head in the sand if you want. This isn't going away.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Oh, that did not go well.
This is a hell of a scoop, and I'll be the one breaking it on the air.
Oh, that's fine.
let's just keep this professional, okay? We both have jobs to do, and that means we're maybe working against each other on this. No hard feelings, right? You seem like a great person.
Uh-oh. I think there are hard feelings.
Absolutely fantastic.
Uh-oh, I don't think Charlie likes us.
Maybe we'll get to work together in the future.
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to.
That did not
so
go well.
Get the hell out. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, come back and see me again.
Okay.
Directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
Okay, I will.
Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult.
What should we do?
Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought.
It'll only take a minute.
Alright, but she takes it with plenty of milk.
So, do we want to give Sympathy food poisoning with our spoiled milk that we carry around everywhere we go? Or do we want to try to find a way to blackmail Charlie and TMI? Let's go exploring first. I don't want to give Sympathy food poisoning. I like Sympathy. Yeah, we're not going to use the super spoiled milk. We're going to use good milk.
Okay, let's deliver this and make amends.
I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work?
Both? We just wanted to bring you your coffee and make sure there were no hard feelings.
Ha! Ah, that's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do.
I'm so glad that we didn't give Sympathy food poisoning.
Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain. But he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority.
Sympathy loves Charlie.
Now, Scram, you know how to get in touch with me if you need me.
Okay, thank you, Sympathy. Just sending off a text to some possible guests.
That did not go well at all.
It sure didn't, but at least we didn't give Sympathy the poops. Sympathy has amazing hair. Look at Sympathy's hair.
Some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the information we want. I'm certain he knows something. Don't you agree?
I'm really not certain. But if he doesn't, Sympathy does.
Indeed. While you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly.
What'd you find?
It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Hassie bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another.
Ain't that the truth?
Maybe we should question the people at this Hassie establishment and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on Mr. Nova.
I'm down.
There must be something. It's the only path I see.
Sure.
The Hassie bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic. We can head there whenever you're ready.
Oh, it's that Hassie bar. I love that Hassie bar. It's my favorite Hassie bar. Let's go to the Hassie bar. Going to the Hassie bar. With that snow rom. Oh, hi, Brian Mulberry. Protesting alone.
Care to take another pamphlet or two?
That's really fine. Why are you out here all alone?
Ah, the cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
Wow, you almost sounded like a person for a second. Won't shutting down clinics like this cost lives?
That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases. Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps.
I'm trying not to swear, but...
If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, that would be a start towards undoing the damage.
But if it's fine in those circumstances, why not just let people have kid ears?
We are not God. We were made in his image, and his image did not include fur.
What's on your head, dude? Why is someone with genetic modifications less human?
I feel it's rather simple. It's even in the name.
What is humanity to you?
Genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique.
Is it your DNA that comprises your humanity? Because you seem to only use your humanity as an ideological tool, which even a well-programmed ROM could do.
We're giving doctors, among other people with a severe lack of understanding of the human condition, the right to make us into entirely new species.
The value of our humanity is not in our physical extent.
We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience.
So what?
And why? To fulfill some sick fantasy. We have VR dramas. Leave your imagination at home. Besides, why should we give these self-proclaimed animals the same rights as humans when they clearly don't want to be human?
I wonder if we can use a taser on this guy. How far back would you like humanity to go?
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages.
It is very, very well done dialogue, the way that people are able to rationalize their fundamental bigotries in ways that, like, seem like truths, using kind of strong, careful language.
Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes?
It's well written enough to make me feel kind of legitimately angry in my anger gut.
We do not
Good point, Eric.
A reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous.
I mean, as long as people can still have children and it's not like mules who are born sterile, it's whatever.
We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy. That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes. People parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations. We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
Let people live. I don't want to know what your group has accomplished.
Great! Do tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
Can we use a taser on him?
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the meshnet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now.
And you treat the robot like more of a person than a hybrid human being.
Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.